Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome! I don't know if my mic played nice. Alright, let's go double check to make sure it's on the right mic. Yes, perfect. Yeah. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We jump on into it. We're gonna load from the last place we were at Dad Book. Yeah, we're gonna be starting here. Dad Book.
Welcome.
Alright, so we dated Brian last time. I have dated Robert before, and I think I finished the dates with David. And apparently I finished them with Matt. I don't remember Matt. Today we are going to focus on getting through at least one storyline. I'm thinking we're either going to do Craig, Hugo, or Joseph. Because I love Joseph, we're going to hold off on him. I'm thinking Craig or Hugo. I kind of want to go after Craig because I know he has the twins and he has a little baby. And we can just have some fun with that. But also, well, no, you know what? We're gonna go for Hugo. Because, fuck yes. We're gonna do something different. Alright. Gosh, pardon me. Middle school teacher. Hi, Avi. Hope you're having a great eve. I hope you're having a happy Valentine's Day. But we are going after this wonderful middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles in 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. I fucking love him. Alright, so oh, it's your turn on muscles, not I. But we're going after Hugo. And if we finish him up quickly, we might try and do Craig as well. But we'll see. I only did Brian last time, so it might just be we do one, and then I'll come back to this again at a later date. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. I navigate to Hugo's Dad Book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Wanna hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. Oh, I'm so glad you messaged me. I definitely want to hang out sometime. But I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of the chaperones called sick. Is it a possible way for you to come by and replace them? Oh. I think about it for a moment, and ton of screaming kids that I'll be accountable for, and they're in middle school, arguably the worst age. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need to get as much help as I can get. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was the middle school for you? Bad. But nobody likes middle school. There's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40+ hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pops? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? I didn't like it. I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stoogs. You hurt me and I'll never forget. What'd she do to you? I stare off into the middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands during the between class periods. Then I remember the bitter betrayal. Her leaving me for Arnold of Birmingham. Him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. I just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? Last field trip I got to go to was a clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us weird pizza. At a clam chowder factory. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Willingham threw up on the into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only person who saw it. Haunts me. Right. Let's leave that story firmly in the past. Oh. Anyways, you should do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What? Are you worried about a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't put that fear in my heart. Well, do they have any penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there. Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh the fear of the ocean. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys, kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium and find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddled around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo! It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great, well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over there. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so I guess we're off to a good start. Can you put your phones away? All of the kids look up for a moment, stare at Hugo, and then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet. Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. Let's see. We'll see. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out a massive stack of papers to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you cannot borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab a sheet from Hugo. What's the packet? Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asks them to sit quietly for 10 minutes and think about the Great Barrier Reef. Ah, teacher's hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books? We just did a unit on the Old Man in the Sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on. Oh my gosh. I don't want to yawn. They have a phenomenal section of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignment while they text, Hugo and I wander over to the large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. This right there is a lionfish. Do you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa. Their spines are venomous too. Nature is hardcore. You think that's bad? Take a look over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank. That is a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless so long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis. Cool. Nature's wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the... Oh my gosh. Oh no, I don't know anything about his. This sounds... My brain is like, I know some fish. I'm not the best at knowing fish, but I do know some fish. I'm leaning towards this. Yeah. Do you know that? Oh, no. We're doing paranormal. This fish sleeps upside down. Contrary to popular belief, it is not actually a vampire. That's the vampire fish. Wait, are you serious? Absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here. Yeah, he liked that one. Good one. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who start fighting over a Capri Sun. Capri Sun. Oh, Capri Sun. Oh my god. Brain. I know how to read. Only a little bit. I know how to read. Uh, I walk around the room reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. Ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light, and I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? Great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in settings such as this. Look at him, he loved that! A very astute point, Phantom. Goodness, okay. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of the marine life. We eventually make our way out to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have with my well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeves and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Phantom? I think I'm good. I don't really... I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Oh, come on, it'll be fun. And informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, and I get the feeling that they will probably bite me, and my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays has had their barbs removed. The horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand through the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. They're so cute. See, not so bad. Feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of the horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, You're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I get a little carried away sometime. Wait. That girl over there looks Why's that? Ah! Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan, get back here. Hugo runs after the middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Want to tell me what's in the bag? Textbooks? Want to tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. Have a bud go down for that once. He came out a changed man, said he missed the bars. You're not a teacher, you can't tell me what to do. Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor, lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move. Hugo leans down and unzips it. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back in the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? I was trying to free him. But where? Outside? Where he's gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, enhance where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surrounds us. Look over here. Hugo points at some horseshoe seahorses gathering at the bottom of the tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth. That is actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a whole new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones. Fun fact, male seahorse can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it hard. I wonder if they had to deal with their kids' awkward teenager years too. All, however, many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo. It's not actually my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way out to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins? Yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes. Look at them! They're so freaking cute! Also, I don't know why my VTuber is so lagged right now. I might have to fight with that on another day. Our group of kids run around the exhibit. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. At least for a few moments. Teachers, chaperones, and student alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This wasn't so bad. What? Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god. There's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait, just kidding. It's very bad. Is it one of ours? Most certainly is. Molly Henderson. Susan's friend. I look at the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouched behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked the whole time? We got to stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. He runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, 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 I have an announcement. The whole room slowly turns towards Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and I'm greeted by a blast of cold air. Hey! Girl whips around and looks at me, her nose pink from the cold. Can't be in here. Neither can you. I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is icy. I end up slipping. Catch myself before I hit the girl. The girl still laughs at me. Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Hey, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they even gonna go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, I just don't even have time to argue with this. Come on, we gotta get out of here. Not until I save a penguin. Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions. So, they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. I think back to the time I had to release all the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6. It was a disaster. Molly, you know, life can be cruel. Money. Give me money. I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. She thinks for a second. Okay. Well, give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, I have $12 and some change. And there's a button here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. Move to shake on our agreement, and I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosures. We have to block these birds.
Block that bird.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be dangerous. Get out of here. There we go. That's what I needed. Get them all moving. Oh, where did he escape? There's nobody over here. Oh my gosh, the penguins have money. How did a penguin escape? How did 2 penguins escape? Heck yeah, bribery works. Ooh, glad that's over. Just in time. Take a look at Hugo wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. And that's why I think that penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everyone starts to disperse. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in the Arctic temperature, right? You could have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it's a thought that counts? No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8. What? Just, I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose that they can compare animal theft notes. You're not off the hook, Molly. Phantom, did you bribe a child? Listen, man. We've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save penguins. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. He's not very happy I bribed a child, but it has to happen. When the day finally coming to close, the whole field trip is ushered out through the gift shop, and we make our way back to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load into the buses, Hugo pulls me aside. Hey, Phantom, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. That was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up for you. You like cheese boards? Heck yeah. Yeah! Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where Panda's at. Before I knew it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kids tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run and grab her before any of the employees saw. You gotta go in the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice to get to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a cover-up. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud. He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean, take a nap? There is a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. Yeesh!
Looks like Paradise Lost just got found.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Alright, time for our next date. Look at situations positively. I should take Hugo up on that offer to hang out. I had a lot of fun with him at the aquarium. I type out a message to him in Dad Book. Hey, still want a cheese board? Hugo responds within a few minutes. Colin is still being a humongous shithead. He won't stop sending the same picture of Jackie Chan in a mesh shirt to the printer. It's a nice picture, but it's wasting all my paper. Oops, sorry. Oh my gosh. But seriously, he's insufferable. There's pictures of Jackie Chan everywhere. I type back. Save a couple for me. Jackie Chan's scrapbook is a little light on content, and I think it would really round it out. Let me get back to you after class ends. I stand up from the computer and stretch. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do now. Dad nap. I hop on the couch and turn on some antique Road Warriors for the background noise. We got this ornate cabinet from a yard sale for $5 in 1982. It would be told that it once belonged to the Confederate general. It's a huge surprise. This will feed my tribe for weeks. I really like the way that the appraiser's voice echoes through the mouthpiece of his leather armor bondage gear. Maybe this is that ASMR thing Amanda keeps telling me about. I drift off to sleep. Hey, sorry about that. Colin's in the principal's office now. He says he knows Jackie Chan personally and that Jackie won't be happy to hear this. I jolt awake by a Dad Book message from Hugo. I get off work in a little while and I continue to be very serious about cheese boards. I fumble out the reply. Yeah, so am I. Hugo and I work out the details and I'm all set to meet him in a few hours. We're gonna go get cheese board. We're gonna go get cheese board. We're gonna go get cheese board. Yum, 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 yum. Amanda walks in the room as I'm just about to leave. What's up, Buttercup? Just getting home from school? Where are you going? I have a meeting with the board. The board? A cheese board is what I meant. Getting cheese with your teacher. Will you be able to fend for yourself until dinner time? Yeah, I'll live. But only if you can talk him into going easy on me for the final. I'm sorry, buddy. That ball is in your court. What's in my court, you ask? Just a variety of delicious cheeses, meats, and their accompanying crackers. Maybe some olives, a little bit of fig jam. Yeah, I get it. You're excited about the cheese. Sweetie, you'll get it one day. But now I gotta go see the man about some, manchego. Please leave. I walk into this quaint French diner and Hugo waves me down to a booth in the corner. He looks pretty tired. Long day. Every day is a long day when you teach middle schoolers. Colin starts a gambling ring. The pictures of Jackie Chan were just a cover. He's bartering those little rubber band bracelets that are also shapes. Is that the one that parents think means sex stuff? Those ones, yeah. But the reports are just the sensationalist news media capitalizing on the fear of suburban parents, as usual. At least, I hope. Yikes. Right. Now, I'm very ready for some fine wine and some delicious cheese. A waitress stops by and takes our order for the biggest cheese plate you have. For the love of God, just please put the cheese in my mouth. And recommends us some wine. Do you two want a scoreboard for trivia? There's trivia. I feel like I've done Hugo. I think I've watched Ray play Hugo. I think that's what I'm thinking. Yep, we're starting in a few minutes. Pretty much everyone here is playing. We'd love to play, right, Phantom? Yeah, sure. The waitress hands us a scorecard and a few pencils before leaving. I might not be much help here, but I'm not very good at being smart, I guess. Oh, come on. I doubt that it'll be that hard. Phantom! I turn to see Matt and Brian here with their daughters. Looking like they're ready for some trivia. They come up to our table to greet us. Hey guys, you all here for old question and answer game? Yep, we come here every week, but Brian and Daisy carry the team. Carmencita and I are here just for the cheese. Provolone 2, lost in New York, has been the reigning champion for the last month. Man, Brian's great at trivia too? That raises the stake. Great name, though. Solid team name. That's Carmenista's claim to fame. It hurts me how good I am at puns. Like father, like daughter. You guys gonna try to give us a run for our money? Well, we'll see what we can do. These will taste so much better with the side of victory. You're gonna I bump fists. Tag team champions. We'll have to think of a good team name. I think it'll be fun. Good luck. Brian, Matt, and their daughters head back to their table. Well, I guess we need a name. Got any good ideas? Oh, I feel like I know this one. I want it to be Havarti like it's 1999. Havarti like it's, oh my gosh, like it's 1999. Oh, he didn't like it. It wasn't his favorite. The waitress comes by with our cheese board and we reveal it in our glory. I can already see a piece of cheddar with my name on it. Pair it with some strawberry preserves and slide the dairy-induced ecstasy. Oh my gosh, I can't read. There's such a fine variety of cheeses and charcuterie that I'm positively overwhelmed. A quick dip into the seasoned nuts, a slice of savory yet salty Gouda, or perhaps a fachade. Oh my gosh. Yeah, crisp topped with honey and goat cheese. I'm so happy. Hugo raises his glass at me and cheers to cheese. Hey, middle-aged man in a backwards baseball cap, sunglasses, and cargo shorts jogs out of the back with the frantic energy of a radio DJ. Everybody ready for some trivia? The restaurant cheers. Oh man, looks like everyone's really into this. That's what I like to hear. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Quizmaster Quinn. My name's actually Richard, but I like alliterations. More cheers. I see some of you brought your children here. That's cool. My children don't speak to me. I'm just joking around. Classic Quizman Quinn humor. It's actually my wife that won't speak to me. She doesn't want kids. Let's get into some questions. First category is literature. Excellent. You know who loves literature? My dead father. I looked up to him so much. More jokes. Classic Quizmaster quips. Just trying to keep it light here, folks. Just like I thought my wife was in the light of my life. Hugo, you got this literature stuff, right? Does Franz Kafka have an irrational fear of one day waking up as a large, grotesque insect-like creature? Yes. This is a continent that encompasses the realm of Gandor, Rowan, Modor, and Lorlium. Other notable sites include Isengard, the Mirkwood, and Rivendell. What is the Elvish name for this continent? Brain! Oh my god, because Endor is Star Wars, Hoth is Star Wars. Oh my god, Brain, it's Lord of the Rings. Brain, going to Arendelle. I'm thinking it's... I'm a failure. My brain, it hurts. I think it's an A name. Ah! Who was the writer that created Tarzan and John Cater's Mars? I should know this one. Oh, my head, my brain is like, I don't remember any of this noise. I think it's Burroughs. Edmond Dante is better known as this man, H.G. Wells. Oh my god! He stops in mine. Oh, nice cheese plate you got there. Thank you. How's the cheese tasting, big guy? Good. Great. Cheese used to be my favorite food, but I developed lactose intolerance later in life. I'm sorry to hear that. I also developed clinical depression. Oh. But people don't tell you to just get over your lactose intolerant, right? Nobody's like, have you ever tried exercising to get rid of your debilitating dairy allergy? Or you just need to choose to not let your throat close up when you eat brie. Anything? Does that scan? I'm just trying to workshop my routine here. Quizmaster Quinn wanders off to another table. Who wants to start the next round? More cheers from the audience. I'm pretty sure I fucked this one up royally. Next round is cinema. Oh man, I love movies. Sometimes I'll retell them, retreat into them from days on end. Become obsessed over a fictional universe is easier than engaging with my real emotions and problems. Frodo Baggins, am I right? Is he okay? I think it's just his character, I hope. How's your cinema? Spotty, I don't know a lot about movies, but if there's any questions about bad horror movies, I can be of service. That's an interesting one. Bit of a guilty pleasure. In Return of the Jedi, what does Luke ask Leia if she remembered? Return of the Jedi asks about, oh my god. I haven't watched Star Wars in years now. I need to rewatch. I'm a failure. Because Return of the Jedi, they know about being siblings. Ah! What entertainer makes a fourth wall break appearance in the film Gremlins 2? Fuck everything, isn't it? Gremlins 2. I haven't thought about Gremlins 2 in forever. I think it's Hulk Hogan. Yeah, which one of these 80 horror movies died? Oh my gosh. Dies not feature. Oh, does not. Which one of these 80 horror movies dies not feature an Indian burial ground as part of, does not feature? Shining does. Poltergeist does. Pet Cemetery does. No! Neck to neck, they're pros. I look over at their table and give a friendly but competitive nod. I lock eyes with Brian. He's much sterner. Next category is wrestling. I'm fucked. Hugo grabs my arm.
Yes.
Wait, I got this. Huh? Man, you know what I want wrestling like? Literally anyone. Craving human interaction. Put me in a chokehold. Please, it's been so long since I've been held. I can only process my emotions by making jokes out of them. Let's start the quiz. Remember that this is lightning round. The first people to answer get the points. I look over at Hugo. He's focused. In it to win it. Question 1. This is one of the original names of Stone Cold Austin. His debut for WWE. Hugo's hand shoots up. Yes, the enthusiastic one over there. Steve Austin debuted as the ringmaster. That is correct. Points to Havarti like it's 1999. Next question. This city was the location of the first ever WrestleMania. I think it was in California. Yes, the one who looks like he knows he has the intent. Oh, yes, no, it was. New York, at Madison Square Garden. Another correct answer. Hugo destroyed these questions. He's so passionate about this. I've never seen him act like this before. It's honestly kinda hot. This one is a tough one. What title match went down in history for the shortest match in WrestleMania to date? Hugo jumps up more excited than I've ever seen him. Chavo versus Kane. That was a good one. Sorry, Bucko, that's incorrect. The answer is actually Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus in WrestleMania 28. No, that's absolutely wrong. The real record is Chavo versus Kane, WrestleMania 24. March 30th, 2008. Kane took down Chavo with one chokeslam and pinned him for the 3 count. I will not stand for this travesty. Hey man, I'm just reading from the card here. I don't actually write these. Well, you're still wrong. What? Are you my ex-wife? Crowd erupts in laughter. Hugo blushes and he retreats back to his chair. Fine. I'm drinking out of a really big bottle, and I'm really hoping that I'm not being too loud. How do you know so much about wrestling? Yeah, you know, you just pick stuff up. My brain is just tired, and it's like, nah, bitch, you can't think. There are no thoughts in this head tonight. Got out of work, no thoughts in head. This sounds suspect. Seems like he doesn't want to talk about it. I turn my attention to the quizmaster. Alright. Looks like we're down to the final category, and it's a close one between Provolone 2, Brian and Matt high five, and Havarti like it's 1999. Hugo and I high five. We look over at Brian and Matt, Carmencita and Daisy, all playfully giving us thumbs down and sticking their tongues out. Eat a big chunk of cheddar without breaking eye contact to show them how serious I am. Final category is cool animals. Animals, huh? Never could take care of another living thing. Hell, I can barely take care of myself. I'm falling apart. Anyway, here's the questions. The Canary Islands were named after what kind of animal? Birds. What is the last animal that appears in the dictionary? What mammal is the thickest concentration of fur in nature? Oh my god. I think it's the otter. Thickest concentration of fur. It's not the polar bear. It's the beaver or the otter. I think it's the otter because they don't really get wet unless they get oil on them. Yeah, alright. It's gonna come down to collect your scoreboard and we'll see who's on top. Remember, winning team gets $25 gift card for Phil's Auto Care. If you need a car part, Phil will fulfill all your needs. Everyone oohs and ahs. God, I want that gift card. Quizmaster goes into the back and tallies up the scores. I pick up what's left of our cheese plate. There's a bit of brie here and tastes absolutely divine on a cracker with a little bit of honey and dried apricot. So what are your plans after our big win? I'll probably retire, take Amanda somewhere tropical, drink something out of a coconut. Always wanted to do that. What about you? Probably take my winnings to Colin's gambling ring. Bet it all on black, walk out of there with more rubber bands in the shape of animals than I know what to do with. Bold, I like your style. You want the last piece of our party? Nah, it's all yours. You definitely earned it. After a couple of minutes, the quizmaster jogs back into the room. Everyone immediately quiets down, waiting on bated breath for the results. Who will win the coveted gift card? I really hope it's us. Hey everybody, we had a great night, lots of goofs, lots of laughs, a little bit of light crying in the back, but that's neither here nor there. It was a close game, but the winner of tonight's trivia contest is... No! Provolone! Aww! Ryan and Matt run to get the coupon and bow to the roaring applause of the crowd. I do my best to convey to Hugo a sense of appreciation for his hard work at trivia, with one eyebrow raised and a shoulder shrug. We'll get him next time. I haven't heard of Last of Havarti like it's 1999. I failed so much at that one. My brain just wasn't with it. It was like, nah, bitch. Hugo and I walked back out of our cul-de-sac, full of cheese and a sense of defeat. Brian's good, but I saw some tactical weakness there that I think we can exploit for the next trivia. He seems weak on literature. I think if we can establish ourselves early on, it would hurt their team morale. Maybe it would get them more focused on the cheese than winning. You're right. Maybe next time we'll be prepared. Shame about the one wrestling question, though. I'm not kidding. I plan to write a strongly worded letter to whoever employed that man. Come on, there's gotta be a story there. What do you mean? You didn't even stop to think. You pulled that wrestling knowledge out like you were in the ring yourself. That's just stuff I know. Alright. But hey, good trivia night. Let's go to the band back together soon. Certainly. Hugo and I say our goodbyes and I make my way back home. I know if I pushed because we lost, he'd get upset at me and he wouldn't tell me. So I'd rather not, like, upset him more. I have that strong feeling that is what would happen. Only takes me a minute to walk back home. Amanda's sitting on the couch reading a book about female photographers. Wow, I thought you didn't like reading. I don't. This book is all pictures. And even then, my patience is being tried. Did you get to eat all the cheese of your little heart's desire? I am happy little cheese monster. But I made sure to leave some room for dinner. Who wants breakfast for dinner? Hash browns! Okay. Toast dipped in egg. All blueberry pancakes. Well, only if you'll help me make them. You know I'm the world's best blueberry sprinkler. Also totally amazing at heating up the maple syrup in the microwave. Now tell me about that cheese board. Amanda and I spend the evening cooking an elaborate breakfast with everything we can find inside the fridge. C. C or D. That was not good. Yep.
I'll give this the old man and the C.
Take this, the old man and the C. It's a beautiful night, the air is fresh, so I decide to take a long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking in the sights and sound of suburban city with a low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. I approach the bar and hear patrons cheering. I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head. Now it's a lot of drop of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait it out inside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. Turns out that my team isn't playing tonight, but I certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over the shared love of the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. Of course. Look over into the corner and spot none other than Mary sitting alone and in the corner nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time. Not that she's by herself. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks sad. She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass at me before staring off into the middle distance. We're gonna go say hi. I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways. She finally notices me. Getting caught on my cords. Hey, cowboy. You alright? Never been better. She hiccups. Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Oh. Will you walk a gal home? I slide out of the booth. Seems like Mary's having some kind of trouble getting up. I reach out a hand to help her, but she waves me away. I got it. She clearly does not got it. You know what? Hang out here for a second. I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab. Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm gonna make sure she gets home safe tonight. I know you. Yeah, it's nothing weird, just... She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you. She doesn't, like, go home with... I don't really want to say it. One of the guys she meets? Nah. Ain't her thing. Huh. I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat and directly into my arms. Still raining a bit. I take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head. Such a gentleman. Let's get you home. Mary and I walk in silence up the street towards the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her, for fear she might hit on me. Or not. What did the bartender mean by ain't her thing? Sorry you have to see me like this. I'm usually not. I know Joseph doesn't like it when I... Sorry. It's alright. I'm sorry if I was ever mean to you. It's alright. No, it's not. I know it's not. I'm having a real hard time. Really. Forget it. As we get to the cul-de-sac, I feel Mary starting to slow down. By the time we arrive at the doorstep, she pulls away from me. Wait, let me just... Hold on. What's wrong? How about another drink? For old time's sake. Come on, Mary. It's bedtime. Mary looks me up and down, gives me a half smile. You're right. She pulls me in for a close hug, holding me for a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest. You're a good kid. Thanks for the company. Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens her sweater, and walks the rest of the way to the front door herself. Huh.
Welcome. You've got dads.
I got dads. Oh, actually. Going, Go back, because we got messages. Phantom, listen, this is me from the past. How'd that happen? Figure out you're trying to reply to this, because I know myself, and this is an automated message from you that you sent earlier this morning, when it was socially unacceptable for you to go buy ice cream. Forgot I did that. I forgot how I did that as well. Future's amazing. Listen, life is short and ice cream should always be acceptable. But unfortunately, this isn't the society we live in. And it's less the society we live in and more of me projecting my own anxieties about being judged by others, if you know what I mean. By the time you're reading this, it's a certain time of day in which nobody will bat an eye at you for going out and buying ice cream. You know what to do. Be good me. We're getting that ice cream. You know what? I've earned a treat. On my way home, I decided to stop and grab some ice cream. which I fully plan to eat directly from the tub. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out just what type of ice cream I'd like to eat directly from the tub. Rocky Road, pistachio. Ooh, Amanda's probably gonna want some too. Better grab 2 tubs. He loves cookie dough ice cream, right? Hey, mister. I turn around to see Ernest, leaning up against the wall of the convenience store. Ernest? You're cool, right? I'm cool. I don't see what that has to do with anything. Well, if you're cool, you'll help me out, right? Help you out? There's no fire involved, is there? Just clouds. So if I give you 20, will you buy me e-liquid? Ernest. What's e-liquid? Like, Gatorade, you know? Electrolyte liquid. I get it myself, but I'm banned from in here, for trying to run a grift on the cashier. Classic fiddle game. You know the deal. Oh, you're talking about balancing electrolytes, and I got you, little buddy. I didn't know you played the fiddle. Ask the clerk for blue, cran-razzle vortex. I'll know what it is. Pick up a tub of pistachio for myself, a tub of cookie dough. I search for the blue crayon void starer. Can't seem to find it. I turn to the cashier. Hey, what's your finest e-liquid? Behind the counter you've got an ID. First of all, my daughter's older than you. Second of all, I am flattered. I switched shampoos recently. It's taken some years off. Look, you need to be 21 to buy vape juice. Your hair doesn't look a day over 20. Wait a minute. Are you just trying to butter me up to get me to buy more ice cream? 'Cause it's working. Glance out and spot Ernest staring at me. Double wait a minute. You're telling me e-liquid's not a sports drink? It's for vaping. Ernest is watching us intently. I better, go give that kid a piece of my mind. I see. Okay, look. I'm gonna pretend that you didn't try to trick me into buying you the old Bahamut's cough syrup. Go inside here to purchase my ice cream. I won't tell your dad if you promise to scram. And stop vaping. You'll get popcorn lung. What if I give you 25? Go home, Ernest. As I walk back inside, Ernest calls after me. You can get popcorn lung from microwave popcorn, you know. No longer trust this child, but the mere notion strikes fear into my heart. I go back inside to complete the purchase with the good cashier. Thank you, kind sir, for all of your time and generous hair oh my gosh, compliments. You got it, bud. I glance out the window where Ernest is still outside. Looks like he's talking to some other poor sap. Guess I should go outside and save this guy some good grief. Wait a second, that's definitely a cop. Oh boy, I grab my tub of ice cream and bolt outside. Ernest is already face down on the hood of a squad car. Ernest, did you seriously just try to get a cop to buy you e-liquid? Do you know this kid? Yeah, we live in the same cul-de-sac. I know his dad. Listen, he's a good kid and I'm this boy's father. Oh! Turn around and see Robert's walking up the street towards the convenience store. Ernest, what are you doing? I want a lawyer. First of all, good first instinct. Remember that you're not required to answer any questions from the police officer without a lawyer present. You're this boy's father? Yes, sir. Ernest likes to lash out at me like this ever since the accident. Oh, I don't like talking about it. That's fine. Robert gets a wistful twinkle in his eye. It all started 7 summers ago. My hair was long then. New metal was still in style. Ernest and I were down in the Florida swampland scavenging for... Sir, I can leave. You can take it from here. Sounds good. Thanks, officer. Ernest, come along now. You'll be cleaning gout from the rain gutters for a week after this transgression. Police officer gets in his car and drives off. I'm stunned by how cool Robert was just there. Thanks. I'm gonna say Richard? Ouch. Don't mention it, Hemingway. Got in trouble plenty of times in my life, just trying to do some good deed for the day. Will you buy me e-liquid if I give you 20 bucks? Child, I will end you. Hey, Phantom, will you walk Ernest home with me? Sure. Ernest runs ahead, presumably, so he won't be seen with us. Which is, I think kids do, I think? He reminds me of a lot myself when I was his age. Well, maybe I wasn't as dumb. Seems like he tortures his dad. Seems like he tortures just about everyone. He even stole your wallet. What? No, he didn't. I pat my back pocket. I pat the rest of my pockets. He stole my wallet. Why are you doing this to yourself? What? Robert points to my tubs of ice cream. One of them is for Amanda. I have no qualms with the quantity of ice cream you've purchased. It's perfectly reasonable amount of ice cream. It's the quality I'm talking about. You work hard, Phantom. You're a good dad. Don't you think you deserve top shelf ice cream? But these were on sale. If you're gonna go treat yourself, go big or go home. Real vanilla bean, real pistachio. You deserve it. We arrive at the cul-de-sac and Ernest runs into home. That boy is the reason why we don't have prizes in cereals anymore. Catch you around, Phantom. Robert tosses me my wallet. I catch it with a surprised look on my face. I stole it back. Robert is so fucking great. Keep it in your front pocket. Or use your chain like back in your ska days. Smell you later. See you, Robert. I go back inside my home, ready to spend the rest of the night with 2 tubs of ice cream and also Amanda.
Welcome. You've got dads.
There we go. Hey, buddy, I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner. And I know it's kind of faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him. And I know it's going to be super awkward if I come by myself. Will you please come with me? I love food, especially love food that's free. I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Hell yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope this is a sweat of relief. Why was that last one that try to drive like you never have to use your brakes? My dad does that all the time. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for some free food. Why is Craig being apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. It looks like it's nighttime. Well, bottle of wine, yeah. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of wine in hand. Phantom boy, and I'm glad to see you. Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine, it's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he is telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me, I'll never know. So deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron shirts. I feel like you learned to cook before you learned those other 2 things. One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. Well, I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it, but still. If he were on trial, I think the jury would definitely say it was in the trash. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we all have considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell. But the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Pupper! Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know, that's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second. This is uncharted territory, Phantom. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Yeah, finally the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. Phantom, didn't know you'd be tagging along. Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I can leave if there's not. Oh, it's fine. Come on in. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly nice. Super messy, but nice. Make yourself at home. We can hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you had a dog, Robert. Yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. And a dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her from a dog fighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out now, I'd probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like osso buco. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers. Is the dog fighting thing real or was he kidding? I don't know. What's azobuco? I don't know. Can you make up that word? Until I have asobuco in front of me, I can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's room. Are we about to get sawed? Nah, usually you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one. Robert finally walks into the room carrying 3 paper plates, steamed food with plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have to have a oh my gosh. Don't have a dining table. Don't trust them. So we're eating there. Here. Also, I don't have real people plates. I hope that's okay. Robert sets the plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat, maybe. Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think it might be rice. Could be pasta. Guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite. Oh my god. I take another bite. Medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender and the risotto thinks that's what it is. So creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of a dumpster right behind a restaurant, or I think it was a dumpster. Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost gag. I'm kidding. Look over at Craig, who looks weary but has his mouth full. Gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it. Where'd you learn how to cook like this? Worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. Are you messing with us? I decided to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe. Crashed on couches, sleeping in hostels, whatever. Totally broke. Worked for a couple odd jobs where I could scrap together some cash. One night I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I got to pay and realizing I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they liked me so much they offered me a job. Why not? Started living with some distant relatives on my mom's side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I waited for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in a crew quarter on a cargo ship? Anyways, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food is good, so I don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here. Especially not served on paper plates. We'll be sleeping. I don't care about presentation. If the food is good, it should speak for itself. It's screaming for itself. Paper plates are just as good as regular plates, if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemon berry sauvin. Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me. Surprises? Robert winks. Bet I am. You can come over for dinner anytime. Craig. I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too. After consuming way more ossobuco than my body could handle, and then really, ensuring a later food coma. Oh my gosh, a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever Sovereign was. Tavern. Craig and I decided to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company. Especially if there's ossobuco involved. Aww.
Welcome. You've got dads.
I love them. Alright. Oh no, I'm getting yawny. Alright, we got one more final date. So we are going to use this to finish off the evening. I don't know what time it is, but I know we've been going for a little bit. Yeah. Ever since the first night at Charchi, oh my gosh, our charcuterie pie, Hugo and I have made a point to go out to weekly visits of trivia night. A party like it's 1999 has come in first place ever since, despite Provolon's second continual efforts to dethrone us. I've been able to do a complete overhaul in the interior of my car thanks to all of the Phil's Auto Care gift cards that we've received. Air fresheners, car chargers, you name it. Amanda's riding in the lap of luxury. Aside from the trivia nights, I don't actually get to see Hugo a lot. End of the school year is coming up, and C seems to be having a lot of trouble dealing with the stress of teaching. I should do something for him. Maybe help him take his mind off of screaming teenagers. Especially his own. Books. He likes books. But I would have no idea where to even start with that. He probably reads more books in a month than I've read in the past year. I know he's really into wrestling, but he's been reluctant to talk about it since he showed me his wrestling room. Oh, yeah! If you go with him, he shows... Oh, I distinctly remember that. But I think you have to win for him to actually take you there. Alright. Hey, alright, folks. Looks like we have finally points tallied and we will announce our winners. You know who else is a winner? Me. Because I finally have seen just how beautiful and loving my wife is. A few weeks ago, all of us regulars staged an intervention for Quizmaster Quinn. We sat down in a circle and told him that we wanted to see him be better and love himself. He agreed to start going to couples therapy with his wife, and last time he told us that they adopted a dog together. I love you forever, my Quizmaster Queen. I can't tell which of Quizmaster Quinn I prefer. There were things to like and dislike about both, huh? And the winner is... For the fourth week in a row, Havarti like it's 1999. Hugo and I cheers our small slices of Cabernet and go to accept our gift card, along with an uncomfortable long hug from Quizmaster Quinn. May Havarti like it's 1999 reign be as long and wonderful as the marriage to my beautiful wife. We make our celebratory rounds of high fives for the rest of the teams and to sit down to finish our cheese board, savoring every last bit of burrata with pesto and slices of tomato. Hey, I got a surprise for you. For me? Yeah, and for once it isn't more cheese. Well, you can think if you think you can somehow top that, be my guest. I pull out a book that I've been carefully hiding in one of my pockets and slide it over to Hugo. Oh. Hugo picks up the book and reads the title aloud. Harry Butt's Scrapper Keeper? What? I wanted to get you a book, but I figured you probably already owned every classic piece of literature, so I thought this would be fun. For when you're pooping. Why? Hugo laughs. You should flip through it. Hugo looks at me and raises an eyebrow. After flipping through, he finally comes across the small gift I strategically hid inside. You kidding me? Hugo looks around, worried he made a scene. He leans in. You're kidding me? Hugo pulls out the wrestling tickets that I hid inside of it. This is the World Federation of Wrestling's Power Slam series. You've been working so hard lately. I thought you'd like them. Like them? I love this. Thank you. But wait, there's two? Yeah, I figured we could go together.
Whoa.
You'd go with me? Heck yeah. I need you to explain the finer points of wrestling to me, though. Hugo gets up, walks around the table, and effortlessly picks me up in a big bear hug. I love him. Has he been this strong this whole time? Fuck yeah, gay panic. Thank you. I let out a little squeak. Sort of, you're welcome. Look at him, I love him. He's perfect in every single possible way. The night of Power Slam, Hugo shows up at my doorstep in a loud, oversized wrestling tee. He's a little bushy and extremely cute. We drive about an hour to another city for the big event. Hugo spends the entire ride teaching me the basics of wrestling and its terminology I need to know. So, it's fake, right? Well, yes and no. While wrestling in the act of hurting another wrestler is fake, the work requires remarkable athleticism and oftentimes results in actual injuries. Those people are getting hurt, sure, but not in the way we're led to believe. Historically, wrestling as we know it today was created by carnival workers to fix gambling. And people who actually believed it to be real and would bet on these matches were called marks. That, we know, is technically fake, but still choose to suspend our disbelief, making us smarks. Smart marks. So, I should be watching this for the acrobatics. Heck yeah.
Oh.
And the tension and the drama and even the storylines. I think that anything or anyone can tell a good story. If you just have to look for the story. Even sometimes like what we're in the experience to tell is phenomenal. Sometimes understating stories, despite the ridiculous premises. Wow. What? I really wouldn't have pegged you for a huge wrestling fan. Nobody does. I'm the button-down teacher type. I like poetry and art history. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. I write dissertations on heavy tomes by Russian authors for fun. But I like wrestling. It's a big part of who I am because it's considered kind of lowbrow. I feel like I can't share it with anybody because they'll just make fun of me. Till now. Hugo smiles to himself. Till now.
Oh.
Hugo and I enter the stadium and are directed to the upper level. After grabbing some snacks, we make our way up the set of stairs. The further up we go, the more my heart sinks. I had thought I'd gotten us good seats, but by this point the ring looks like a postage stamp. We finally settle in our seats and wait for the match to start. I'm sorry. I thought I got us tickets on the lower level. Look over at Hugo, who apparently didn't hear me. He's vibrating with excitement.
Oh.
This is so cool. I guess he doesn't mind. I have to admit, I've been too embarrassed to come to one of these since I was a kid. What's there to be embarrassed about? Everyone here loves wrestling. Plus, who are we even going to see that we know? It's like an hour out of Maple Bay. I guess you're right. So, what do we have to look forward to tonight? Oh man, the lineup is stacked. All of the matches are going to be great. But the one I'm really looking forward to is the Eastern Dragon match. Eastern Dragon? Yeah, he used to wrestle as Pablo Escobar, but I guess he eventually had to change it. Wrestlers' names are weird. He's actually an Iranian guy from Utah. Or not Iranian guy from Utah. Oh, so what's your shirt from? Oh, that's what your shirt's from. Yeah, I've been following this guy since his debut at the Indie Wrestling League. It's been amazing to see him rise through the ranks and go on to being professional. Who's he up against? The corporate shill. Technique-wise, I don't think he's that good of a wrestler. I don't even think the fans like him. Certainly an interesting character, though.
Oh,
The stadium lights dim and the crowd starts screaming. Butt rock blasts through a sound system. Some pyrotechnics set off around the ring. Ladies and gentlemen of the sold out crowd of Mills Creek, Massachusetts, who's ready to power slam? Hugo and I scream. We watch two wrestlers, the Southern Dandy and Johnny Snowman, walk out and for even more butt rock. The Southern Dandy mixes and drinks a mint julep in the ring before his match. Crowd eats it up. Southern Dandy's from Maine. Is Johnny Snow not from the North Pole? He's from Georgia, actually. After a long match, Johnny Snowman, who's dressed up like a muscular elf, does what Hugo calls a German suplex on Southern Dandy. Did you see that guy did to the other guy's face? Is he okay? Are they going to be okay? Wrestling is a sport of communication. All of these guys train together to not only know how to perform moves, but how to respond to them. It allows them to look like the other is getting hurt, but only kind of hurt. The crowd cheers as Johnny Snowman pins the Southern Dandy and is announced as the winner. Next match features a wrestler named Generation Y2K, who comes out looking like a hipster barista. He takes selfies with fans on the way up to the ring and pauses after everyone to post it on Instagram. He's really playing up the millennial thing, huh? He's sort of the boogeyman to old-timer wrestler fans. His opponent, the old-timer, walks out. Oh. Crowd seems to be divided on who they're rooting for. Old Timer pulls some pretty sweet moves after he takes out a walking cane from under the stage and beats Generation Y2K in the head with it. Up against the ropes, Generation Y2K blinds the Old Timer with the flash of his phone and is able to pin him to win the match. He takes a celebratory selfie of his unconscious opponent. Hi, Toby. You have a good nap? During the break, Hugo and I leave to get refills from the concession stand. You coming up? Maybe? Are you coming up? Come on, you got two options. You gotta go up or you're gonna stay down. That's what I thought. He chose up. During the break, Hugo and I leave to get refills from the concession stand. We wind our way through clusters of wrestling fans to get to the line. So, what do you think so far? Wrestling is cool, but I'm really glad to see you so enthusiastic. Don't say hot. Don't say hot. It's cool. You know? I'm kind of surprised. I was sort of expecting the crowd to just be a bunch of aggressive, sweaty older guys, but it's so diverse. I've even seen a bunch of families with their kids. Everyone looks super happy to be here. Ah, yeah, that's how I got into wrestling. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me and my brothers to matches all the time. There's one gaggle of kids loitering in the corner, and they're exceptionally loud, even over the din of the stadium. I look closer. Can't help but feel like these kids are familiar. Oh god, I know these kids. They're Hugo's students. So don't turn around when I tell you this, but some of your students are here. Hugo immediately tenses up. Oh my god, I can't let them see me here. They'll never listen to me ever again. I position myself between the kids and Hugo, hoping I can act as a human shield. Oh my gosh. I glance over at the group of children again and recognize that Colin kid. He kicks one of his friends in the shin and laughs. Man, that Colin kid is a piece of work. Oh, and if he sees me here, he'll never let it go. He's a master manipulator. Oh my gosh, we have to get back to the relative safety of our seats. What's the plan? Sneaking mission. How quiet are you? I've gotten pretty good at sneaking up on students who are texting under their desks. So I can be quiet if I need to be. Oh, I think my computer said no for a second there. Perfect. We just need to find some cover to hide behind. Where to? Merchandise rack. Oh my gosh, just follow my lead. Still, as you would say, a mannequin. Hi, what are you planning? Without turning my head and while remaining as motionless as possible, I speak to Hugo. I think it's working. Hugo and I sit down and breathe a long sigh of relief. Oh, that was close. Now we can hide out the rest of the night and enjoy ourselves in the complete anonymity. Oh my gosh, anonymity within a large crowd. Oh my gosh. The lights dim again. This is the match we've been waiting for. Corporate Shills walks out to elevator music, wearing a three-piece suit and sunglasses. The sleeves off of his jacket, flexes his arms for the crowd. Come on. You can either be down or you can go up. Come on. All right. One of the people from his entourage produces a graph chart and sets it up in the ring of center of the ring. Corporate Shills grabs the microphone. I got a message for the Eastern Dragon. If you refer to the graph in the center of the ring, you'll see a quarterly projection of how much I'm going to kick your ass. Whole crowd erupts. Now, if you direct your attention to the Jumbotron, look up at a power presentation titled Kicking the Eastern Dragon's Ass. Key performance indicators. The Corporate Shills takes a laser pointer and gives a lengthy dragon. He showcases several well-utilized clip art graphics. That was informative? The lights dim again and pan flute music plays. I think it's a pan flute. I'm actually not sure if I know about a pan flute sounds like. Eastern Dragon walks out to cheers from the crowd. Aren't pan flutes a Central American thing? Hugo shrugs.
Oh.
Wrestling. Eastern Dragon stands outside the ring and grabs the microphone. Corporate Shills, it's nice to see you again. More cheers from the crowd. That was a good presentation. The clip art was a nice touch. He points to Corporate Shills menacingly. I'm looking forward to a nice and exciting match. The crowd doesn't really know what to do here. He's not the best at trash talking. I promise, he's the most talented wrestler you'll ever see. The match starts and it's just as exciting as Hugo hyped it up to be. The Eastern Dragon performs some ridiculous aerial stunts that make me question and concern his safety. He does what Hugo calls a moonsault from the top rope onto Corporate Shill. The air in the stadium is electric as their toothed athletes lock arms and try to demolish one another. I can't help but get into it. Sorry, Toby was jumping up. The Corporate Shill pile drives the Eastern Dragon, who looks passed out in the center of the ring. He climbs up to the top rope and motions to the cheering crowd. Oh no, he's about to do his finishing move, the corporate ladder. Corporate Shills poses at the top of the ropes. Eastern Dragon still isn't moving. Could this be the end of his young career? Get up, Eastern Dragon! You can do it, Eastern Dragon! Corporate Shills launches off the top rope in a huge arch. He brings his elbow down on Eastern Dragon with the full force of Fortune 500 company put local vendors out of business. corporate shills pins the Eastern Dragon and the match ends. Hugo sinks into his chair. Man, he should have won that. I sit down with Hugo. What a match. It was amazing. I think I'm a fan of wrestling now. Aw, Hugo looks over at me and our eyes catch. I'm glad. The event goes on and we have a little downtime before the next match. We decide to just relax in our seats to avoid the middle schoolers. It's unlikely they would ever notice us in the upper level nosebleeds. I look up at the Jumbotron. Yup, they're doing the kiss cam. Zooms in on a bunch of cute couples who are all doing quick smooch to recuse crowds from the cheers from the crowds. Ah, that's nice. And then it zooms in on Hugo and I. What do I do here? Look over at Hugo and see the same mortified expression on his face. The entire crowd is chanting and neither of us know what to do. I slowly lean in, awkwardly tilting my head. Cheers from the crowd erupt all around. I look back up to the Jumbotron to see the couple behind us making out with full force. Oh. Hugo and I turn beet red and sink into our chairs. So much for laying low, I guess. The rest of the match thankfully goes without incident. Hugo and I eventually laugh off the kiss cam and we get back to the wrestling. After the show, he convinces me to hang back and let the rest of the crowd exit so we won't risk running into Colin and his awful group of friends. By the time Hugo and I walk back to his car, most of the wrestling fans have cleared out. The parking lot is surprisingly empty, save up for a beat-up car parked a few spots down from us. We rarely keep an eye for any stray middle schoolers as we hang out by my car. Man, that was an experience. Right? That's one thing to watch it on TV, but to be there in person, it's just, wow. Thank you again. I would have never gotten to experience this if it wasn't for you. It's just me and Hugo in front of a car in an empty parking lot. I look down. Kind of funny. About the kiss cam, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, it was super funny. But neither of us are smiling. We look into each other's eyes, and I can feel a warmth radiating from my cheeks. We stare at each other for just a little bit too long. Hey, cool shirt. I turn around to see a guy and basketball shorts walking towards us and duffel bag slung over his shoulder. Ah! I haven't seen one of those in years. Oh my god. Yeah, I got in a trade with a guy from Street Smarts Net. I love that website. Someone always posts these awesome, super detailed breakdowns of the matches in the indie circuit. Have you seen them? The name's like J something. JD Slaminger. Yeah, that's him. Those are my write-ups. You're JD Slaminger? You're kidding. Oh man, I'm such a huge fan of your work. It's so nice to meet you. Man vigorously shakes Hugo's hand. I'm honored. Oh man, I wish I could stay in chat. I have so many questions, but I'll PM you on the forums if you ever want to talk shop. Absolutely. Man starts walking away. Hugo coughs nervously to get his attention again. Is there any chance that you could sign my shirt? Guy turns around and beams. Sure thing. Wait. It finally clicks into place for me. You're the Eastern Dragon? I love your work. Thank you, man. Eastern Dragon signs Hugo's shirts, waves goodbye, and walks to his car. I stand there with my mouth open the entire time. That was the Eastern Dragon. He likes my work. I love Hugo. Oh my gosh. Dude, you're like friends with the Eastern Dragon now. He's gonna PM me. Hugo and I high five. He's so excited, he's shaking. Mr. Vega? Aw, man. Colin and his Karoonies pop up out of nowhere. Of course. Oh no, here we go. Colin, nice to see you and your friends all the way out here. What are you doing here? I don't see a library anywhere near us.
Hmm.
I was watching the Power Slam series with my friend. Ha! Mr. Vega likes wrestling? What a fark knocker. Actually, that's pretty cool. Shut up, dickweed. Nah, man, that's actually rad as hell. Who were we just talking to? Probably one of your stupid book nerd friends. Actually, he was talking to his good buddy, the Eastern Dragon. All of Colin's friends gasp. Guys, come on, he's lying. There's no way the Eastern Dragon would hang out with these losers. Oh yeah? And how did I get his autograph then? Colin's friends lose their mind, screaming their head off. Colin is red with anger.
Hmm?
Be in class, bitch. You can't say that. Who's gonna believe you? Hugo and I hop into the car. There's a tune of more children screaming. We laugh all the way home. Oh my gosh. Hugo and I descend the stairs of his home to his wrestling man cave where we both crack a beer. We're both winding down after an exciting evening. So if you were a wrestler, what would your persona be? Hugo answers immediately. JD Slaminger, my forum name. Gotta represent my literary roots. My costume would be a tweed coat and my finishing move would be catcher in the eye. I'd poke my opponent's eye out and call him a phony. Wow. I've given a lot of thought. What about you? I would be... Mario Bratali. Oh my gosh. Dad. I don't even wrestle. I just throw my dad puns at the opponents until they submit. Nice to meet you, Hungry. I'm Dad, you know. I'm just now realizing I don't know any actually wrestling moves. You know, I could teach you some. Yes, please. Oh my god. I smirk. I'm game. Hugo and I square up in the center of the room, ready to go at it. I go easy on you. On Dad? Absolutely not. Before I know it, I'm on the floor. Hugo wraps his legs around me and squeezes. I can't move. This is a figure 4 lock. If I were to apply full force right now, you would be in extreme pain. He effortlessly twists around again and grabs my arm. Good lord, he's strong. Any movement on my end is useless. And this is the arm bar. You're... oh, pretty good. You can tap out anytime you like. Not a chance. Hugo flips around one last time on top of me. He hooks his arm under my legs and presses his body down on my chest. And this is me pinning you. Our faces are inches apart now. I can't tell if I'm breathing heavily because of the physical activity or because of something else. Go for it. I lean forward and kiss Hugo, who seems just as surprised as I am. I pull back, a little embarrassed, but he kisses me again. He slowly releases his submission hold on me and cradles my face in his hands. He presses his forehead against mine and we laugh. Guess we both win. Guess so. I pull him back in for another kiss. Do you have any more moves to show me? I think I might have a few. That was a good kiss. That was a good date. S-class. Yeah.
So good you gave me goosebumps.
I love that. That was so fucking cute. Alright, and now everything's set up. We're doing the party. We're gonna just fly through this part. Yes, too many questions. Just because we've already done this part is why I'm skipping it. We got Quizmaster talking about their kids. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that you do repeat over again. Oh, I skipped a little bit too much, but that's okay. Wrestling that I like. I actually like both, and there's an important distinction. I think you know which one I'm talking about. See? There's nothing wrong with being open about what you want. I agree, as long as I'm being open. I'm also a very huge fan of handsome dads who throw great parties for their kids and love a good word jumble. I blush. I'm a big fan of... Quick, think of something clever. Hugo's? This Hugo specifically. Hugo laughs. He drapes an arm around my shoulder and pulls me in closer. He plants a soft kiss on my forehead. I'm happy here. Me too. Hugo and I watch the sun dip below the horizon together. Hey, do you think maybe later you could show me some new wrestling moves? Phantom, how about I show you my pump handle pile driver? Hugo, where are you going with that? Can't help but giggle. What's that? You'll see. Yeah? Yeah, Hugo? I love that. That was so freaking cute. Oh my goodness. How freaking cute. Daddy. Look how cute. Look at that sexy man with the cheese. All right, we're gonna go past. Beautiful. All right, I just want to peek and see. I think Bo is straight. And if so, I'm gonna toss this over there. Daddy. Nope. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today. I'm gonna quick. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you again for joining me for this wonderful Valentine's Day. We didn't go super long, but we did go for a good like hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. My gosh, excuse me, I've got the hiccups now. But once again, thank you everybody for joining me. I will be back on Friday. I have to figure out what we're playing. I think I might jump in and do some Back for Blood on Friday, just to spice things up a bit. Or if I get everything set up again and have my Elgato going, we can play some more Cult of the Lamb. Saturday is going to be something different. I have been having a lot of, like, they're not copyright strikes, but warnings that I've been playing copywritten music when I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. So I'm going to be taking a break from it for a little bit because it has started to, affect a lot of my streams for both Kingdom Hearts and other streams. So I'm gonna hold off on playing Kingdom Hearts until things have calmed down a little bit. I don't know if somebody's just going through and reporting my streams, or if it's just picking up on the game music and being rude. But there's no way for me to like go against it and say, hey, this is game music. It's approved game music. Like, what are you looking for? So I'm gonna be holding off on playing any Kingdom Hearts 2 game for a little bit. I'm gonna be doing some leveling up on my own time. But yeah, that's pretty much the main gist of it. I have to pick out a game for Friday and Saturday. Again, I may be playing Cult of the Lamb on Friday, and on Saturday, depending on what time I start, I may play something random. I may see if some friends want to join me for something different. But again, thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you've been having a fantastic Valentine's Day, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye everyone!